welcome back to the channel. My name is Katie and I'm sure you saw the title of today's video. So guys, it looks like she has officially been lying. Amber Heard's legal team, Elaine, literally called herself out for lying in the motions she filed. This is hilarious and I can't wait to show you guys. I did cover some of this on yesterday's video about the motion to strike, but I wanted to set aside a whole new one so you could see this because guys, I actually was like, you know what? Depending on what happens with the Virginia court system, did Elaine do a Hail Mary and actually is it possible we may get some type of retrial? Now, I wasn't necessarily saying it was going to happen, but I was saying it's going to depend on how the courts see it in Virginia, right? Which we still have not heard from Judge A. So we're still waiting to hear from Judge A on exactly what she's going to do with these motions. We know Judge A doesn't play around, so nothing's probably going to come of this. But the big thing has been, the big question, Juror 15. Now, let me give you a little insight, but before I do, if you guys would like to see more videos like this, I would love to have you part of the community where we just giggle our way through all of the silliness of all of this stuff. So make sure and subscribe and hit the notification bell because we have a really good time. Would love to have you. Also leave a like, leave a comment, everything helps. So let me give you a little background information in case you don't know. Most of you, I'm sure, are caught up. But Juror 15 apparently was not the person that was summoned. They weren't the person that they said they were. There's a lot of information back and forth on what's going on with Juror 15. However, here's the big thing. They filed paperwork. So Amber and her side filed paperwork, said we need a mistrial and a redo because this juror was not the right person. The courts didn't vet them correctly. However, during voir dire, and this is the point when it comes to court where people are picking, the sides are picking who they want their jury members to be, and they can remove some jury members and do different things depending on who they think is going to be better for their side, right? They have all of this information to go over and vet every single juror, and if they have an issue, they're supposed to speak up about it, but what happens if the court does not vet that person correctly? Well, here's the thing. It looks like one of the things they're going to have to prove is when Elaine and company, when Elaine and Amber Heard's side knew about this discrepancy. Did they know in the beginning? Then they withheld it, which is exactly what we're seeing. So let's take a look, get a jump on my computer and find out. This is from Law and Crime, and it says, Johnny Depp's lawyers call Amber Heard desperate. Attack on juror, pure speculation. Urge judge to deny request for new trial. Them's fighting words, y'all. Actor Johnny Depp branded his ex-wife Amber Heard's request to set aside his $10 million verdict against her is a desperate move based on fierce speculation about a juror. His lawyers urged the judge to reject Heard's claim that the juror was not actually the person who was summoned for jury duty. Heard's motion, filed July 1st, said that the judgment was excessive and not supported by evidence, particularly Depp's claim that he suffered financial loss after Heard published an op-ed in the Washington Post, stating that she became a public figure representing domestic blank. Depp was not notified in the piece. Heard followed that motion with a supplemental finding on Friday in which she claimed that the newly discovered information about a juror in the case suggests she was deprived of due process. While Miss Heard slings an exceptional amount of money at the wall in the hopes that something might stick, the jury's verdict on damages was perfectly reasonable and supported by the evidence and testimony in the case, Depp's lawyers say in his response to Heard's motion to set aside the verdict. In fact, Depp's lawyers argue the one-time Pirates of the Caribbean star suffered significantly more damages than what the jury ultimately awarded him. The evidence shows Mr. Depp was actually entitled to far more than $10 million awarded, the motion says. That the jury awarded only $10 million to Mr. Depp after Mr. Depp presented evidence of damages several times that amount, renders untenable Miss Heard's argument that the jury failed to consider other potential sources of damage to Mr. Depp's reputation or career. Preach! Noting that Depp didn't request damages for anything other than the statements in the op-ed, and insisting that the jury's instructions were clear. Depp's lawyers said that Heard's arguments are based on nothing other than speculation, which they were saying the jury member lied. Well, did that person lie with intention or malice, or was it confusion? We don't yet know. Depp's lawyers also argued that it doesn't matter that Heard didn't identify their client by name in the op-ed. Miss Heard made a very calculated effort in crafting the language of the op-ed to try to avoid an explicit defamatory reference to Mr. Depp, while clearly referencing him implicitly, the filings say. Not to mention she admitted it on the stand. Go, Camille. She should not be able to skirt likability stemming from devastating impacts of her op-ed simply by carefully choosing her words, so as to convey a defamatory meaning about Mr. Depp, but without actually using his name. In addition to the opposition to his ex-wife's post-trial motion, Depp also filed a motion to strike Heard's supplemental findings. Argue, here we go, this is the smoking gun, that it came too late and just days before Depp's own deadline to file his opposition to her motion to set aside the verdict. According to that supplemental finding, lawyers for Heard said that they discovered information about Juror 15, the juror who served, Heard says, was not the juror who was summoned. Here we go. Depp's lawyers responded that the information about the juror wasn't actually new. True to form, defendant neither notified plaintiff of her forthcoming supplemental memorandum nor sought to leave of court for filing it 1 full week out of time, Depp's filings say. In a rare moment of candor, this is my favorite, in a rare moment of candor, Miss Heard admits that she was aware of the purported discrepancy in Juror 15's birth year from the very start of the trial, because Juror 15 was clearly born later than 1945, Depp's motion says, quoting part of Heard's supplemental findings. Miss Heard therefore concedes that she had more than enough time before the trial started and during the 6-week trial, when at least 2 alternates were available to investigate and discover the alleged new facts. Clearly, Miss Heard waived any right to allege new facts. She chose not to investigate for so long, much less to demand the extraordinary remedy of a mistrial. Good job, Team Depp, again. Depp's lawyers also argued that even if the juror who served wasn't the same as the juror who was summoned, Heard did not prove that she was prejudiced in any way by the switch. Even assuming arguendo that Miss Heard's latest thesis, i.e., that a son served instead of his father, there would be no prejudice, as Juror 15 was qualified to serve as a juror in Fairfax County and was vetted by the court and the party's counsel, just as all the other jurors were, Depp's motion says. Depp's lawyers noted that Heard seemed to have abandoned her prior baseless assertions that jurors violated their oaths by watching social media during the trial, which she says influenced their verdicts. Disgraceful that Miss Heard made such scandalous allegations and disappointing that no apology and recantation followed. Lawyer Ben Chu, get it, Ben? Candy eating Ben, wrote in a footnote on the motion. Heard's press representatives did not immediately respond to Law and Crime's request for comments, and then here is that filing. So, anybody surprised that Miss Heard is lying again? Anybody surprised that amberturd is doing turdly acts? What do you guys think? You know what? I don't even want to say anything else. What do you guys think? Sound off in the comments. If you're new here, we'd love to have you subscribe and hit that notification bell so we can giggle through this. Like the video. Everything greatly helps. Leave a comment. And otherwise, I'm going to leave it to just let it sit here and ruminate and let the turd fumes fly. All right, guys, take care. Lots of love, lots of blessings. Till the next video, I'm giving everybody hugs. Mwah, kisses. Stay safe. Keep giggling, and I will see you soon. Bye, guys.